we have Nintendo Switch Pro rumors again. So
What?
New rumors. What? Oh my gosh! There's gonna be a new Switch, maybe? So new rumors have surfaced regarding the Nintendo Switch Pro, or the new Nintendo Switch, or Nintendo Switch Plus, or, you know, whatever people want to call it, for this fabled console. Several media reports have claimed that Nintendo is planning to release a third Switch model in early 2021. The first question we have here is, what do you... Actually, before I get into that, do you guys believe this?
I think so. Yeah, there's
rumor?
multiple sources saying this is happening.
I think eventually it will come. Like, it's just not if, it's when. Like,
yeah,
there's.
I think even if Oh, sorry, John. Go ahead.
So, like, these rumors, I think they're going further to say, like, it's the next Switch. Like, it's the next iteration.
I don't know.
Of the Switch.
Like the next successor.
Yeah, like the successor.
I think it's too early.
I don't think
they would
so.
alienate way too many people.
I think it's got to be a half measure. I think that's like the new trend, like the Pro and the X and everything. I think it has to be and they even did it with the 3DS, like the new and the XLs. Like, I think it's got to be a half step. Because I don't know. I mean, it's like they haven't really done
like it. The Switch also hasn't hit its peak yet. It's like still selling like crazy.
Yeah, it's true. People are having a hard time finding them still. And it's been out for how long?
3 years, 3.5 years.
It's definitely because of the pandemic, but
yeah, even the PlayStation 4, I think, is even having some type of.
Oh yeah, people are having a hard time getting PS4s too.
Yup.
But not Xbox. Go on down to your local Walmart, because there's an Xbox for you. So I was gonna say yes. I think that these rumors are probably true. Even if, like, I guess what I'm trying to say is, even if the rumor's not true, I think it will happen. Like, even if it's false reporting or something like that, I think that there is gonna be a half measure Switch sometime early next year or summer next year, because I just think it's time. I think that if you think about going to, like, the Deku Forest or whatever it's called in Breath of the Wild, and it chugs, and, like, there's just, like, a couple things, like playing Doom and Witcher 3 and all that on Switch is cool, but, like, it doesn't look nearly as cool as when you play it on Xbox One. And that difference between what it looks like on a Switch, between what it's going to look like on a PS5, is going to be so noticeably different that, like, the, like, functionality and, like, the what is it, like, the functionality,
like,
the
gap is going to grow even further.
Yeah, just the gap is going to grow, and the fact that you can use it on the toilet is going to be like, okay, that's cool, but, like, this looks not even nearly as cool as what it looks like on my TV. Yep. So, like, I think that, like, people's brains will start to, like, make a bigger distinction.
The novelty, will wear off eventually.
Right.
I just, if it is a half step, I hope it's enough to, rival the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro. Like, I hope it's that powerful.
Right.
Because then
that'd be tough, man.
I know that's a huge leap,
I'd see maybe trying to get to the level of, like, the base PS4 and Xbox One. I don't know.
It'd be nice for 4K output, but, like, it's like everybody I know has a 4K TV at this point. Like, I feel like at the beginning of this console generation, that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like now everyone has 4K TVs, and Nintendo is always kind of playing catch up. And now the next systems are like, yeah, we can do 8K, and, like, Nintendo's like, we can do 1080
sometimes.
And I'm like, yeah, sometimes. And I'm like, dude, like, I have one 1080p monitor, and, like, I want to get rid of it. Like, can you please just, like, upgrade? I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess what would I like to see in the Nintendo Switch Pro? I would like to see, 1080, 60 frames. That's, like, all you want. 1080
In
frames,
handheld.
maybe 4K on some games.
I feel like 1080 handheld, the screen being 1080.
Yeah,
That
I
would
want a
be
1080 screen. I want less bezel
Mhm.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
smaller
yeah.
bezels would be awesome.
Yeah, because you could even make it like I feel like it would have to be the exact same size for like all the Joy-Cons to work and stuff.
True.
But
That's
you can
true.
make the screen bigger if you make the bezel smaller.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a lot more screen actually.
Yeah, there's actually a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of usable space that they
Uh-huh.
eat up with the bezel. I hope they make Joy-Cons that work.
Yeah.
That
That's
actually,
what. Yeah, I'd like to see a complete Joy-Con like internal revision. They don't have to be different, but like I want to see the box and know that I'm buying Joy-Con V2 and know that it's not going to drift. That like it's not going to disconnect. They need to fix their business.
I mean, they have tinkered with like the remotes in the past, like the Wii Remote Plus
Mhm.
and stuff like that.
Even more HD Rumble,
I feel like they dropped like
4K Rumble.
No, it's haptic feedback now.
Oh, that's what it is.
Put it in the triggers. What the PS5's doing.
Dude, that PS5 thing where if your gun jams, you can't pull your trigger is pretty cool.
That is cool, but like, who's gonna? I want to know if any of these developers are actually gonna use it. Like all these gimmicky things, like HD Rumble is cool, but like
it would probably be like the games of the first year, and then everyone
Yeah.
will forget about it.
Yeah. 1-2 switch.
yeah, 1-2 switch.
Clubhouse. 51 games.
I don't even know if that uses HD Rumble. I don't think it does.
It doesn't?
Clubhouse games?
Clubhouse games.
I think it does.
I don't know. What game
I don't know.
on there
I
would
can't
use it?
tell. I can't tell, guys. I'll admit it. I'm a boomer and I can't tell. I don't understand. Feels the same.
HD Rumble?
Yeah, I can't tell.
Oh, I love HD Rumble, but I feel like recently the games that have come out, like they haven't really been using it.
Yeah, and I guess sometimes I just turn Rumble off for some reason. If it's like excessive Rumble, I'm like, nope.
Sometimes it like
This is
the Rumble doesn't work right. It like spazzes out. Like
Mhm.
there's some games that just are god awful with the Rumble.
Speaking of, and not to get too off topic, Mortal Shell has bad Rumble. Have you played with the Rumble, John?
I probably have, but I don't remember it.
Dude, you go to the pause screen, and I'm going to get back on Nintendo immediately. You go to the pause screen, and sometimes I'll put my controller down when I pause, but during the pause screen, it like
It
goes...
rumbles.
And I'm just like, why? Why are you doing this? So, obviously, what I'm getting at is Rumble is not a cool feature to me.
Yeah. It's weird that like
I liked it like what was it, in Odyssey? The controller would like rumble if you like got close to like the moon or whatever. I like that. Like that's good HD Rumble.
Yeah, for sure.
That's good.
Very true.
I want more internal storage. Like, was it
Yeah.
32 gigs or whatever is the internal storage? And
Is that what it is right now?
I think so.
Yeah.
And even like some games that even if you get the physical copy, like you still need to install a portion of it. Like Doom. You know, it's like I forget what it is, like 8 gigs
Well, not
on
on
the card.
Switch.
On Switch, like some games are bigger than their card.
Well, yeah, because you have to like download it, but like,
Yeah, that's what I mean. But
you don't
like
have to install the game on the Switch to make it run.
Well, if you want to play that game, you have to.
Like if you buy the physical
Really?
game, like there's nothing to install. You just put it in.
Well, you have to download like for Spyro,
Is that
for
real?
example. You put the game cart in, but you don't have the extra download. Like it's not gonna work. So you have to have the download plus the cart.
That's not like every game.
It's a lot of third-party games. Like Doom is like that. Resident Evil, like they don't even have the game, like the games on the carts. All of the Borderlands.
Aren't those like collection those most of the time? Like one of the games isn't on the cart.
Yeah, but like the Borderlands collection, for example, you get a piece of each game, then you have to download the remaining pieces of the games.
Interesting.
So I just either the third parties have to use larger carts, or there has to be more memory in the Switch system itself. Because 32 gigs will not go far at all. Doesn't go far at all.
No, it does not. I think I have a big memory card in my current Switch. I don't know, but I definitely this year had to start archiving games.
Yeah, and you
I
don't
think I have, like,
really
got no more space.
you don't
like
really
20 gigs
download
free.
games.
Was that?
That's why I
Listen,
don't do physical.
Yep.
Even with like my physical collection though, I still have to archive games. I don't know.
Yeah, if you
I guess I buy
buy
a lot of indies.
if you buy a bunch of indie games or third party games, your internal memory is going to be eaten up real fast. Like,
Plus, I did the voucher program, so I have Link's Awakening and which one else did I buy? One other bigger one, not Luigi's Mansion.
Fire Emblem maybe.
I think my card was like getting full, but then I'm like, I'm not playing all these games at the same time, so like I can archive stuff and not feel like I need to buy a bigger card.
I hate fridge cleaning. It's so annoying. Like I have the PlayStation 4, like that fills up in like 3 games, and you have to install them. I hate fridge cleaning. I don't want to.
Yeah, it's like you shouldn't have to think about it. Like there shouldn't be between you putting in the disc or downloading your game or whatever. Like there should be no hindrance between that transaction and you playing the game.
Yeah,
it's that's something maybe we can look forward to in next gen, but probably not because the game's really going to get bigger.
and your hard drive's the same amount of space.
Yep, that's insane. If you could have one dream feature, what would it be?
Better online.
I would say
netcode.
cross compatibility with PlayStation. You can just put in PlayStation discs.
Remote play. You can use remote
of any
play.
generation.
All games play at 1080p.
Yeah.
Yes.
All games play at 1080p.
Not only just 1080p, but you need like a solid 30 FPS at least.
Dude, do games not run at 30 frames?
Yeah.
Like, what games are running at less than 30 frames?
SpongeBob.
The SpongeBob's apparently bad.
It runs at
my bad. Sorry, guys.
It runs
I
at
didn't
like
buy SpongeBob.
600p, like 24 frames. I don't know. It's really
That
bad.
sounds awful. You're better off playing the GameCube game. Same with Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. I'm going to get in another burn on Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Dude, you had me. Like, I would have bought it. Why did you jack that remaster up so bad? God. Do you guys know who remastered it? Was it Square Enix themselves, or did they outsource?
No, they probably outsourced that.
I'm not sure.
Definitely not. What's that Blue... Who did
Point?
Shadow of Colossus or whatever?
No, Blue Point.
Yeah, Blue Point.
They're doing the Demon Souls remaster.
I know. They do good stuff. Oh, yeah, you know what I want? My dream feature would be the rest of the From Software games.
Oh. Yeah, I mean if they make a more powerful Switch, I think that opens up the possibility for these other third-party games. Probably not like new ones coming out, but games that have been out for a while, like the Dark Souls, the FromSoft games.
Later games in the like Xbox One, PS4 gen being able to come over would be awesome. I'd be super into that.
Oh, like the games that like couldn't necessarily run on the
current
like Switch.
Like Dark Souls 3 probably can't run on Switch.
Not well, probably.
Sekiro can't run. I mean, I'm gonna try to get off FromSoft and think of something else, but that's where my brain has been for the last 6 weeks.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah, Cyberpunk is a perfect example.
Like Red Dead Redemption or some of these bigger games like GTA.
which is weird because that was the last gen game.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my dream feature. Would be, games. All the games without.
Didn't the Nintendo Switch has games?
Yeah, without so much compromise. That's my dream feature. Is less compromise.
Like the Doom port is the Doom port's really good. Like it's probably one of the best ports.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But
do you think we'll get Doom Eternal?
It's supposed to come.
It's supposed to be coming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It was just on delay. My bad. I forgot about that.
But like, it's definitely not on par with the other versions. Like that runs, I think, at 720. But it does run at 60.
The new one or the old one?
The old one.
Yeah, but it's still good. I feel like of all the ports, like people have been praising the Doom port. As
the
being
Doom
like
port, I think, is pretty good. I think the Doom port is good. But like, it's still, there's a lot of compromises that they had to do.
Yeah.
Like
absolutely. Yeah.
The visuals in that game, they're super muddy. But they are hitting the 60 FPS, so that's nice.
I mean, for that style of gameplay, I feel like you need 60 frames per second.
Yeah.
Especially on higher difficulties. Like, dude, if you're just gonna get yeeted by a demon immediately.
I've played some Doom Eternal. I have no idea how it's gonna work on the Switch.
I think maybe they don't either.
That's why it's been delayed for.
They're like, oh god, why did we say we were gonna do this? This is so hard. This is not optimized. Are we ready to move into final thoughts? I think the story's already over. Oh. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, final thoughts on the Switch Pro rumor.
I will buy it.
I think we were all saying like, oh, it's like an inevitable stuff, but I think this rumor itself is actually true.
Okay. Very cool.
I swear, if they have a Nintendo Direct in the next month, they announce this, Breath of the Wild 2 being the launch title, and the Mario collection, I would probably have a heart attack.
They would get Nintendo fans to shut up for 24 hours.
Maybe.
That's what would happen. Maybe 24 hours. But they'd still be like, where's Metroid? And that's me. That would be me. I'm the only one person tweeting about where's Metroid.
I don't think the kiddies are tweeting about Metroid.
No, they're not, because they don't know about it, because Nintendo doesn't give any love to that franchise. Anyways, cool. All right, well, I'm going to buy it. John, I think I heard you say you were going to buy it.
I'll buy it when it comes out.
Day one buy for me. Just give it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the other stories this week, and let us know what you thought of today's story in the comments down below. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.